What is going on, community? Welcome back to Keeping Up with the Comics, and today we are keeping up with two of my favorite books. One is half of the namesake to this channel, and the second is my favorite independent book, and maybe my favorite book, period. We'll have to weigh it and see. We have to put it on the scale and see how I feel about calling this my favorite book. But that's where we're going to start. We are going to start with Seven Secrets number 12. So, quick recap on Seven Secrets. You have the Order of the Seven, who are charged with protecting these 7 cases that have secrets that could destroy the world. You have this team of seekers, this council, who want these secrets. So far, one secret's been opened, and a whole country disappeared because of it. Yes, an entire country off the map, gone. We've had some shakeup in the hierarchy of the order. Some people died. We have Kanto, whose mask is right here, which is really, really dire before you open this book. But Kanto, who thinks he knows who the traitor is, and you assume that the traitor is reporting to this guy here, who is Amon. Amon also knows a lot about the order because the first seeker was his mother. That's kind of a recap, real quick recap of Seven Secrets, if you have not tried it out. If you have not, the first trade is out. I assume the second trade is coming fast because this is issue 12. But in issue number 12, we do find out who this traitor is in the order, and it is a pretty good reveal. But what I'll tell you is, once you get the reveal, and I really want to open this book, but every page like spoils something. But once you get the reveal of who the traitor is, you don't know who the good guys are. You don't know who the bad guys are. You don't know anything. I do know that a couple of characters are much, much older than I ever thought they would be. And we also know that what the second secret is, which is pretty funny. I wouldn't have thought that the secrets are what they are, but they are some radical secrets. And what's funny is we've gotten 2 in 2 arcs. So really, if Tom Taylor, because this is a Tom Taylor book, wants to drag me along for like 7 whole arcs, maybe 8, what is that, 48 books, he can just string me along with a little carrot, and I am easily brought along. But back to this book. Like I say, once we find out who the traitor is and we get more information, we don't know who is who. What I do know is that while all of this is happening, while we're finding all this out, Eva, who is Casper's mother, Casper being the character we thought was the main character in the book. I believe they'll come back around to him being the main character in the future, but they kind of introduced him and then backed up and set up the whole world and the whole organization so we can have a really, really well-rounded story without burying it under Casper. But Casper's mother, Eva, and the Queen of England here have set bombs, and they are on the top of this roof. Yeah, the top of this roof on this building that is about to explode, and they have no refuge. How do they get out of it? I can't tell you. It's a secret, but it is really interesting, and I would love for you to pick up this book, give it a try. And also, Casper, as I said, who is the main character, I don't know if I've ever said this in the review, but he's telling this story right now from some point in the future. Because whenever he's narrating, he's like, yeah, because this is going to happen next, or before long, this bad thing is going to happen. So Casper's narrating from the future. And what Casper says from the future in this last panel is that in a week he'll be dead. I have no clue what that means. I don't know. But Seven Secrets number 12 has me hooked. I'm ready for 13. Tom Taylor and Daniel DiNicuolo are working on 13, and I am waiting with bated breath. The second book I'm keeping up with is Moon Knight, issue number 3. Of course, we are coming off of a story in Avengers where Moon Knight basically squares off with Khonshu. Khonshu kind of used the Avengers' power to stop or slow down Mephisto, but then he wanted to keep the power, and the only way to keep the Earth safe is to rule the Earth, blah, blah, blah. And the Clash ends up getting Khonshu locked up and having Moon Knight be at odds with him. Enter the Hunter's Moon. The Hunter's Moon is basically a character who is basically Khonshu's other fist, as he calls it. Hunter's Moon says that, every man, every human has two fists. And he thinks that Moon Knight is arrogant enough to think that Khonshu only has one fist, Moon Knight being the fist of Khonshu. And so he is coming to bring Moon Knight back in line. He uses some of Moon Knight's night travelers as bait to kind of bring Moon Knight out so they can have a fight, and he can teach Moon Knight what for. And that's what this whole issue is. This whole issue is basically a big gigantic fight and a exchange of words between Moon Knight and the Hunter's Moon. And then Moon Knight does the most fantastic thing ever. And Jed MacKay, I asked on Twitter, and Jed MacKay said that this was irony. It wasn't planned or anything, but I find it fantastic that people call Moon Knight Marvel's Batman, and Moon Knight is like, I'm not Batman, but I do have a Batman, and that is his weapon of choice while he's fighting the Hunter's Moon. Of course, Moon Knight kind of prevails, but I don't think the Hunter's Moon is going anywhere too soon. But that was kind of what Moon Knight number 3 was. A nice little fight between these two. A nice little, contrast of styles, both fighting wise and personality wise. And so we'll see what happens with issue number 4 coming up. Also, Hunter's Moon kind of dropped something on us, a revelation that we assumed one thing about him, but the assumption is wrong. And so we'll see what comes of that. As I always say, I'm going to keep up with Moon Knight. Any Moon Knight book that comes out, I'm going to follow it. But being that Jed MacKay's Moon Knight is a good Moon Knight book, just adds a little sugar to the pot. So Moon Knight issue number 3. What is sugar to the pot? Moon Knight issue number 3. Good book. Check it out. And that was Keeping Up with the Comics. I'm still knocking some of the rust off. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you saw something you liked. I hope you'll check out one of my 2 favorite books. If you did enjoy yourself, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to keep up with me, Keeping Up with the Comics, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and of course, feel free to leave comments. But as we always do at this time, love yourself, love others, take care of yourself, and I will be back in a flash.